You're probably losing half of your sales and you don't even know it. The problem is not your leads, it's what happens after the lead comes in. In this video, I'll show you the one backend fix that can double your close rate and finally stop the profit leaks that have been killing your growth. And if you want the full document from this video, plus SOPs, scripts, automations, and other tools that we give our clients, they're all inside of my free Facebook group, and you'll find the link for that below. And if you're more of a one-on-one type person and you want help building this out for your business, there's a link for that too, where we can chat one-on-one. Here's the truth. Most HVAC owners think the problem is leads. Bad leads, cheap leads, no one's calling me back, everyone's dropping for the lowest price. Now, don't get me wrong. These are all very valid and they happen very often, but most of your lost sales are not because of bad leads. They're because your system is leaking money. You don't need more leads. You just need to stop losing the ones that you already pay for. And the biggest reason companies lose leads is because they have no backend system to guide that lead to the finish line. There's no structure, there's no automation, there's no follow-up. So the estimate gets sent and that's it. Now let me walk you through a typical customer journey at a small to mid-sized HVAC company. So someone fills out a form on your website or calls in. Maybe your office manager gets to them in 30 minutes, maybe it's 3 hours. If you're lucky and they actually get back to you, you book the estimate, you go to their house, and then you send them the quote. And then after that, it's silent. Maybe you call them once, maybe you shoot them a text, but there's no process, there's no structure, and there's no reason for them to act. They get distracted, they shop around with other companies. You forget to call up, and then the job just disappears out of nowhere. And this isn't just happening once in a while, this is happening every single week. That's where you're bleeding profit. You're paying to generate leads, but without a backend system to catch and convert them, you're just throwing money away. Now, here's the fix. I like to call it a conversion system, and it doesn't just automate your follow-ups, it tracks and manages every single lead from the moment that they come in all the way to the final job completion and even after that. So I'm going to break it down really quickly for you. So the first step of this conversion system is to track the entire customer journey. So before you can even improve anything at all, you need to see what's actually happening. Most HVAC businesses have zero visibility on where leads are falling through. They know that they get a phone call, they know that a tech went out, but in between, they have absolutely zero clue what's going on. And that's why this system tracks every single lead using a stage-by-stage pipeline, which is going to give you a bird's eye view of your entire sales process. So here's how these stages break down. The first stage is a new unassigned lead. So let's say someone just filled out a form or they called in. An assigned lead is when a team member has been assigned to the lead. So for example, an office staff, dispatch, technician, or something like that. After that, we have a first appointment booked. So you've actually scheduled an on-site estimate with that lead. Next, the lead would move on to the need to send estimate stage. So you completed the visit, but you haven't sent the quote yet. Obviously, the next stage is the quote is being sent, but they haven't accepted or denied it yet. Then there's the next two stages are if they either accepted or rejected the estimate. And after that, we have a post-sale checklist. So this is going to be an internal checklist to make sure that everything's ready to schedule. If the estimate was accepted, obviously. Then you're going to schedule them. Then you're going to complete the job. And then after the job, there's going to be a post-job checklist that ensures the job has been completed to standard. Then we have two more stages for won and lost. And this tracking system is how you identify your choke points. Maybe 40% of your estimates are never getting sent. Maybe tons of leads are stalling right after they get a call. Maybe you're booking jobs, but you're never following up to get reviews or referrals. When it's all visible, it's all flexible. And now let's pair that visibility with automation to fix these leaks. So that's where step 2 comes in. So when someone fills out a form or calls and no one picks up, your system sends an instant text and email response. This alone puts you ahead of 90% of your competitors. 78% of customers choose the first company that responds. You need to be that company. Step 3 is going to be to add estimate follow-up sequences. And a lot of HVAC owners forget this step, but this is where most of your revenue actually leaks out. So after you send a quote, the system automatically sends a text message and an email that goes along the lines of, just want to make sure you got the quote that we sent over. Let me know if you have any questions. Hey, I just wanted to touch base on the estimate. Is there anything that's holding you back from making a decision? Most of our customers compare quotes. If you've seen a better one, I'd love a shot to match it. And it does this over a few days without you having to remember or lift a finger. And these follow-ups drastically increase the number of jobs you close. And I actually have a separate video coming out really soon that's specifically for the right way to follow up with HVAC leads. And it goes more into detail about exactly what you should be saying, when you should be saying, and how it all works. Now, step 4 is going to be the review and referral campaign after job completion. So once the job is marked as complete in your CRM, the system is going to kick off a review request with text and email. And then after that, they're going to get a referral offer. So over time, this is going to build trust, boost your Google ranking, and bring in more work, all without spending a cent on ads. The final step is going to be for long-term nurturings for lost leads. So if a lead says not now, it doesn't mean never. They just get added to a long-term email and SMS campaign. You stay top of mind, and when they're ready, they come back to you, not your competitor, because you were top of mind for them. This is the backend fix that changes everything. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter with a system that supports you, tracks everything, and converts more leads into actual money. Now, I want to talk real numbers with you. So let's say you're running ads and you're spending $5,000 a month to generate 50 leads. Right now, if you're like most HVAC companies without a backend system, you're closing maybe 20% of this cold traffic, which turns into 10 jobs. To break it down even further, like 25% of these jobs are replacements at $5,000, which turns to about $13,000. And I know the numbers are a bit off, but just bear with me here. 75% of these jobs are repairs, and we're going to get those at $500 a pop, which comes to about $4,000, let's say. The total revenue comes to about $16,000. So you spent $5,000 to make $16,000, which isn't terrible, but then again, you left 40 leads untouched. Now, let's say you had a conversion system in place and you closed 40% of those 50 leads instead of closing just 20%. That means you got 20 jobs. So with the same percentages, 25% of them being replacements and 75% being repairs, you're going to get 5 replacements at $5,000, which comes to $25,000, and 15 repairs at $500, which comes to $7,500. So your total revenue now jumps all the way up to basically $33,000. Same ad spend, same number of leads, double the results. Now, this is where the game changes. So once your back end is locked in, every single dollar that you spend on marketing starts working harder. You're not just generating more leads, you're turning more of them into real money. More booked calls, more jobs, more referrals, and more reviews, which helps your local SEO for free. And more confidence to scale because you know the machine is doing the heavy lifting, even when you're out on the truck, in the office, wherever you may be. Now, here's what to do if you want to implement this. The first step is to track every single lead from start to finish. So use a pipeline that shows each step that I mentioned earlier on in this video. Then you want to set up automations for speed to lead. So texts and emails go out the second that a form is filled or a call is missed. Then you want to create follow-up sequences for the quotes. So even something simple like 3 texts and 2 emails over 7 days will make a big difference. But as I said, I have a whole other video on that. So you're going to want to look out for that. Then fourth, you want to send automatic review requests after jobs. Then offer an incentive and request referrals from the happy customers that you get. Then finally, you want to nurture the unclosed leads. So put them into a long-term campaign so they come back to you when they're ready. And you can build all this self using tools like High Level, or if you just want my team to build it out for you, you can just hit the links in the description or in the pinned comment. Now, to wrap it up, you don't need more leads right now. You just need to stop wasting the ones that you already paid for. And the way to do that is with a conversion system that handles the back-end system for you. So from the second a lead comes in to the day they leave you a 5-star review. This one fix can double your close rate, which doubles your revenue, which gives you the cash flow to actually scale your business the right way. And the best part about all this is that once it's set up, it just runs. Anyway, if you want the full breakdown from this video, plus SOPs, scripts, automations, and a bunch of other cool stuff that we give our clients, all inside of our free Facebook group, you can find the link for that below. And as I've said, if you are more of a one-on-one type of person, you want help building this out for your business, there's a link for that too.